How is it going, boys and girls? Welcome back to Key West Waterman. My name is Aaron Young. I have this disorder where it doesn't matter how tired I am. If it's nice outside, I cannot help myself. I have to go outside and play. Long story short, I had a charter today. I came home and I sat on the couch and fell asleep very briefly. But as you can see, it's gorgeous out. And the little boat is still in the water from the weekend. And like I said, I don't have it in me. I'm gonna take it out for a couple hours and see if we can maybe find some lobsters for the week. Come along with me. Water looks fantastic. Just gonna pick a spot and hop in and drift with the boat. Welcome back underwater, everybody. I won't be doing a ton of narrative here. I feel like lobstering is a little repetitive, but I know some of you guys enjoy the lobster episodes, so I'm happy to share them. But I will share a couple thoughts as they happen. Just first off, I'm drifting with the boat. It's very calm out, no current, really not much wind. So pretty much what I do is pick an area that I kind of ballpark think there's going to be some stuff, have that rope hanging off the side so I got something to hold on to if I need it. And if I see an area that I like or something I want to search a little more thoroughly, I just pop that little anchor out of the boat, let it drop, and search around a bit. It's kind of the best way to cover ground, in my opinion, is drifting. So I drifted a couple 100 yards, got to an edge where kind of the hard bottom went away and it turned to grass. And I could have kept going, but odds are it's going to be grass for a while, so I'll hop out, kind of move down a little bit and start my drift over. So I'm not hitting like actual lobster spots. I don't have a GPS on the little boat. Pretty sure I've said that about 1,000 times. Pretty much what I'm doing is working down this edge. I kind of know ballpark where there's going to be hard bottom and whatnot, just structure. Not necessarily structure, you want just little potholes and cracks, but I'm literally pulling up, jumping in, drifting, pulling up, jumping in, drifting. I've probably done 4 drifts so far. There wasn't a whole lot in that first area I was in that was going on, so I've moved down about half a mile and gonna jump back in and take a look.
Hello. Nice one. Very nice.
Whoa! Almost lost him. Starting to lose hope there for a sec. This one looks good. I'll just double check him. Oh yeah. More than good. We're getting there. So this was pretty wild. If you look closely, when I get close to this lobster, its legs appear to be itching the top of its head, which in my life I've caught thousands and thousands of lobsters, and I've never ever once seen one have its legs on top of its head like that. So I was messing with the lobster in there. It actually ended up being short, and you can see this school of yellow jacks comes in, and these are great eating, great sashimi. I didn't actually have a spear gun, and I probably wouldn't have popped one anyways because I had fish at the house already. Was mainly looking for lobster, but what a treat. This was really, really cool to see. I mean, there was probably at least a couple hundred in this school. So you can see this guy's being pretty stubborn. Sometimes they'll do this. They'll get like real wide and low and kind of just plant their feet. And he wouldn't really walk, wouldn't really move. So I'm kind of just having to almost physically move him instead of make him walk and get creative. And I kind of flip this thing upside down and try and just slide it under him. You'll see when I measure this one, I do it a bunch of times. FWC, which is our wildlife and game down here, the law enforcement, if you get the wrong officer, they can be very particular. So I really try and wrench that gauge down and just make sure that I cannot force it past that thing. I'm really kind of pulling down on it just to make sure it won't, like I said, it won't slide past that little edge there, but that one turned out being good.
Woo! Really turned out to be a nice afternoon.
Flip you over here. Sorry if I've got boogers.
So I started out kind of slow. Ended up getting my 6. Legally, you can have six per person down here. I'm gonna show you something real quick. I had a couple that were close as far as the size goes. I always use a metal gauge, because that's typically what FWC is going to use, is a metal gauge. The plastic ones, you know, plastic is not as durable. So I'm going to go in the eyes. And that last one I caught was close, but you know, as long as you can pull it back and it doesn't slide past, if this notch slides past this ridge, the back of the carapace, it's short, but it's literally dancing right on the edge. So in my findings, that is a legal lobster. I had 2 like that. But just be careful. Oops, sorry guys. Party in there now. That one's legal too. Just dancing on the edge. Hopefully you can see that. As long as it doesn't fall down like that, that's good. Anyways, we have lobster for the week. Man, it got really calm. I try to come out here on weekdays if I can, especially in a little boat. You come out here on a weekend, there'd be 100 boats driving by you, but it's a Monday and you can see how quiet it is. Love it. Anyways, I've got what I came for. So I guess we can head back to the house. Get these cleaned up. See you there. Pearl, what are you doing? Oh, the attention seeker. We know which one that is. We are back in the kitchen. So we're gonna do kind of a twist on Will's recipe. I know I always talk about Will. If you don't know who it is, he is my roommate. He has a YouTube channel kind of more based on cooking, but he does a lot of the foraging and hunting and whatnot that I do. But he has this recipe. It's called ceviche. He calls them ceviche tostadas, I think. So I'm gonna do kind of a little twist on that. The main difference is it's gonna be tacos, and instead of fish, we normally always use fish, we're gonna be using lobster. So, babe, you wanna give me a hand?
Mm-hmm.
Camera woman, Madeline. All right, so we're doing, we'll call them lobster ceviche tacos. And if you've never had lobster ceviche,
It's a little different texture, especially spiny lobster down here. It's kind of chewy, so I try to get these down into really, really small pieces if you can. And truth be told, I started this last night. I caught the lobsters yesterday, and it didn't cure in time. The lobster didn't cook off in time, so we actually had cinnamon rolls for dinner. But tonight we're gonna have, so this has actually been curing overnight, and all this is, we're just using what we have. Lobster, very finely diced, salt, pepper, and red onion. What else we have? I have some grated fresh garlic, some red chilies from the garden, avocado, and lettuce. Tortillas, we like corn, and then we have some black beans here. And the black beans are a big part of this. Actually, whoops. Hopefully this is warm enough. And Will came up with this again. I'm stealing his recipe. The black beans are kind of the main feature of this, also along with the ceviche, but the clashing flavors of kind of earth and sea is what he said. It actually sounds kind of strange to have black beans with ceviche, but it's actually really good. So what we're gonna start with is just kind of brown this garlic a little, just olive oil. I use 2, is it heads or cloves? What are the small ones?
Cloves.
Cloves. 2 cloves of garlic. Need a little more olive oil. Oh, and something I did want to say that just came to mind. I get a lot of comments about stuff that you don't see and people assume. We use the heads of the lobster. A lot of people are like, why don't you use the heads? We save the heads and we use them for other stuff. So just because we're not showing it doesn't mean we don't use it. But with that being said, I know there's a lot of people kind of starting to watch from all around. So if you have something you do with the heads that is unique, I would like to learn. So if you've got something that you'd like to see us try, leave a comment, let me know, and share. So just want to keep this garlic moving.
Oh, it smells so good.
So it does, I know. So it doesn't burn. Just browning it just a little bit. And I drain all the juice out of the black beans. And I think we'll put fajita seasoning in there. I don't think we have fajita seasoning. I've got enough garlic, so I'm just going to do just a little bit of salt. Anything else you want in there?
You really don't have fajita seasoning?
A little bit of MSG.
What's this?
No, that's just stuff that's weird. It doesn't work very good.
Oh,
Add a little garlic salt.
no. And action.
So let those warm up just a little bit, and just gonna add a little bit of water and just kind of eyeball it. Want to mash these up. You want them to be spreadable, but you also don't want it to be soupy. So that was about, for 2 cans, that was about half a cup. You can see that looks about right. Still spreadable. By the time I get done with this, they'll probably be a little thicker. And then we're gonna cook them down. Leave the heat on simmer. Cook them down, and those are our beans. All right, lady, show us how it's done.
Healthy little dollop of beans.
So we normally do this with fried tortillas, tostadas, but I was being lazy. I didn't feel like frying them, and I'd like to try new things. So we've got beans, lettuce, a little bit of ceviche. This is our first time trying it with lobster. We've never actually done it with lobster. It's only fish, snapper, or a yellowjack, or...
We've tried lobster ceviche, just not in this.
Yeah, we've done lobster ceviche, not on this.
Okay, that's good. Is that good?
Yeah. Some avocado. And a little bit of local red chili from the balcony.
Oh, there's
Which, by the way,
It's really...
Will hasn't been home yet. He grew this plant before he left, or he planted it.
It's really hot.
And it is. These chilies are insanely hot. Did you get some?
Mm-hmm.
All right, the world wants to know.
Oh, gosh.
Lobster ceviche taco.
Okay. Well, it's really pretty.
Tipsy? What do you think? A little overwhelming?
Oh my god, it's hot. But good.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm. It tastes,
Similar to the other way?
yeah. And the lobster's nice with it. It's like firmer and it's good.
Alright. Hold this. I gotta try.
An authentic reaction here.
Mm.
So like I said,
Wow,
we
that
normally
is good.
fry the tortillas, which is really, really good.
Maybe you're supposed to drain the juice before you
Yeah,
put it on there.
Whatever.
Isn't that fire?
There's something about the beans meeting the citrus and the... It's like land and sea clashing. It's wild. It's really good. If I'm being honest, I think I like it better with the fried tostada.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still amazing. Normally we just fry the tortillas.
Yeah, it's just missing the crunch factor. So I think if we just did regular
Yeah.
with the lobster, it's good.
But other than that, it was spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
That is all we've got on this one. As always, thanks so much for your time. Do appreciate you watching. Any comments or questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. And we will see you on the next one. Later.